work with no regret, and that's all profit.
Done did it again on the hater, man. I don't think they were ready for this.
Just gave y'all the blueprint, man. Just get up and go get your bag. That's how you gotta do. All hustle, no love. You gotta work for this one.
What's up, traders? It's your boy Ace Boogie coming to you live and direct. Got a quick trade recap for you on Zoom, not Zoom, ZOM, ZOM, ticker symbol ZOM. This one has a great chart. You see, it has a nice uptrend, a breakout over these highs, and a nice continuation past that breakout. So I traded this yesterday, actually. I traded it towards the end of the day. But let me pull up Finviz real quick so you can see what's going on with it. So Finviz.com, ZOM is right at the top of the list, big percent gainer, has 539 million shares in the float, so it has a huge float, something to be mindful of. All it means is it just needs a lot of volume. So what started this catalyst? So on January 4th, they had news that they appointed a new CEO that has, some good experience and whatnot, and so overall good for the company to have, good leadership. So that catalyst sparked this move right here. So here's the fourth right here. That news piece came out. Stock went from 23 cents up to about 47 cents. It spiked 100%. It was a big percent gainer on this day. This is the day that everyone should have had ZOM on their radar. It ended up continuing the next day, another 40% to 60 cents before giving back all those gains and going red for a day. But if these are on your watch list, stocks that tend to spike more. So once it got momentum and volume started to come back in, and it broke out over those previous days, um, all bets were off, and it was off to the races again. So I actually traded on this day where it had over 1 billion shares traded in volume, which is pretty incredible. And that's why I say the float is relative to the volume because it had a 500 million share float, but it still rotated the float twice. So it's just how much volume tells the tale. So I actually bought this at the end of the day around, I think it was 89 cents, sold it around 95, 96 cents. Had a decent single on that. But today is where I had two better trades in my opinion. It was spiking up in the morning in the pre-market, has spiked up from the 90 cent area, and it spiked all the way up to a buck 24, just under that $0.25 level. And when the market opened right here at 9:30, I saw that it spiked back up to that pre-market high and actually broke out over that pre-market high to make a high of 126. So I was very interested once I saw that happen. And as it was coming down, I was thinking, hey, if it firms up at VWAP, we can go ahead and get a VWAP dip buy entry in. And that's exactly what happened. It came back down, supported at VWAP. I got in around 114, looking for the higher day test breakout. I got exactly that. It broke out to a new high of 129, and or it was a high of 130, but I got my shares off at 129. So I had, took all the meat of the move pause on this one. But I did see that it held a higher low, and it started to creep back up to that high day again. So once it broke out past that high day, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a fake out. So I kind of waited for it to come down and to see that this area was supported. Previous resistance becomes support on the way back up. So that ceiling is now a floor right here. So when I saw that that floor was firm and steady, and I hopped in at 131, thinking that hey, it can probably push the next level, the $0.25, the $half-dollar, or the $0.75 level. So the next level in this sequence is the $half-dollar level from 125 to 150. But of course, you got to think about other people thinking about that. So you got to be sure that you're placing your entries and exits, a penny or two off of that $half-dollar area because sometimes it doesn't quite get there. And then in this instance, it didn't. It only got up to 148 before reversing back down. So I was able to get my sell off at 145. I gave it time to try to break. It didn't break, and I was one of the first ones to sell in this big panic. So as you can see now, It's kind of going sideways. It's actually gaining some momentum. I'm kind of liking this price action if we can get back over the 135 area. But predictable part of the moves. This first move was, I took off 13% on that one, and this one I took off 10%. So, goals are reached, and you don't have to hold these long. You don't have to overtrade these. You just got to find the right entries and the right exits and know why, and you'll be able to set up some nice trades. So that was my quick recap on ZOM, ticker symbol ZOM, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day. And if you have any questions, hit me up in chat. Ace Boogie 2488. I'm out. Peace.
Move smooth and focus on goals. I'm going hard for my family. Yeah, I gotta get the band for my foes. I'm glad and I'm bold. Black is a new light. So much cash it don't fold. That's exactly what I like. I wake up feeling so blessed. My cake up is no stress. Make sure you get them checks. That's the blueprint.